Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of QuarantineCast on Game Time CT. It's been a few days since we last saw you. Pete and I have been busy. It's another day, another week. I don't even know what day it is. I don't know what hour it is. It might be mid-afternoon. It might be Saturday, Sunday. I just don't know, Pete. How you been holding up over there up the road in Hamden?
It's going. Another day, another same thing, breakfast, work. Then work ends and TV, movie. I don't know, man. It's getting weird.
It's getting really weird. Are you getting stir
really
crazy?
A little bit. Yeah, this weekend was by Sunday. I mean, it rained on Saturday.
Oh.
Sunday was crappy, and it was like it just got to the point by Sunday night. I was like, can I work tomorrow? Like, don't tell anybody, but I was like, can I do something on Monday? Because I'm also off on Mondays, but I just got to change it up. I went for a walk yesterday. At one point, shaved my head just because I had to, but it was something to do. I was rewarding myself.
So as far as haircuts go, I know that's been kind of the problem people have been talking about on social media or recently as the second week, as we kind of complete, I think, about the second week, or at least we're into it the second week. And this is a place where if you don't have much hair, you're in great shape, right? You just got to use.
I shave my own head. I have a whole process. I have multiple razors. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I got my hair cut literally maybe a week before the actual lockdown happened from the governor's office, and what a great decision that was. Because if we had gone a week earlier, I think I would have been big trouble as far as the hair goes. I mean, I don't know about the beard, but yeah, it's been pretty nice.
I'm since I'm practicing very strong social distancing and self-quarantining, I'm going to see how long I can get this.
Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking about it the other day while I was shaving my head yesterday, and I was just cleaning up a little bit around the beard. I was like, should I let this grow until the next high school event that I cover?
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I was like, should I do that? But then if they cancel spring, it's going to be a long, hot summer.
Oof.
And it's going to be super long by August.
Right. Speaking of which, no big news out of that front, although the governor did say yesterday, Governor Ned Lamont did say yesterday that he would give schools and superintendents and parents ample advance notice on whether they were going to extend the deadline from April 20th. April 20th, if you remember, is the day that they hope to open schools. I thought it was pretty optimistic. We'll see. I mean, it feels like we're in the 81st day of March. We're actually March 31st when we're recording this. April 20th is still a long way off as far as that goes. Still a lot of crazy stuff going on up there, and I don't see ourselves out of this for the foreseeable future. 3 weeks is a long time. We'll see where we are by then. But he said you're probably going to get a little bit of a heads up from the governor whether they're going to extend the school year. Where schools will have to be open. I've heard it from a lot of educators who really are kind of pessimistic about that, and they're kind of preparing for the possibility that the schools will not reopen the rest of the year. So as the schools go is as the spring season's going to go. And right now we're still kind of in limbo here. And that's really been kind of tough.
Yeah. I mean, you talk to anyone, it's the same thing. We'll see, we'll wait and see. We're waiting and seeing. And I think that's really all we can do right now. I wish there was more positive information, but every day more information comes out and you just really don't know. I think the next couple of weeks are going to be not make or break, but they're not going to be as good as the weeks before. We're seeing the cases rise, and it's pretty scary. I think you're lying to yourself if you're not a little scared or worried.
Right. As far as everything.
Just everything. Just, going to the grocery store. Doing whenever you are supposed to go. If you're you're allowed to go to the grocery store or whatever. It's just always weird. And you're putting a lot of trust in a lot of other people.
Right.
practicing the same thing as you are. You don't know.
Right.
I don't know, man. It's scary, and I think you're lying to yourself if you're not concerned at all.
I noticed that Massachusetts yesterday extended their, I guess they extended their school openings. I think it was May 4th. And then they said that a possible spring would probably, they extended the possible spring until about June 24th, which would be a lot past or up to around the graduation time for a lot of them. I don't know if a lot of Massachusetts schools are going to be doing graduations, and a lot of colleges have completely just said, no way, we're not doing this. NCAA extended the eligibility of spring players another year with some other concessions in there. It's just been kind of wild. I know a lot of kids in Connecticut were really paying attention to, and coaches too, paying attention to the Massachusetts thing. Although I think it might be a little bit different than Connecticut. I think Massachusetts hasn't really had the online learning that they've had in Connecticut. I'm not quite sure about that.
Yeah, because Massachusetts pushed back school, right? So
Right.
we heard from the CIAC that they're not going to push back unless the schools push back. And the governor came out and said that the online learning will count as school days.
Right.
So schools are still on schedule to end when they were supposed to end.
Right. And I saw today that they canceled. Was it? I don't think it was us, but they canceled. I think it was New York or something. Canceled the spring. The spring vacation week that they have usually in April. I don't really.
Yeah, I didn't see that myself, but like you even look like the city of Toronto banned all public events till June 30th. So
yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. We're gonna be joined in a little bit by some of the guys from the Darien's boys lacrosse team, and they're supposed to be really good this year. We're gonna have Sam Wilson, we're gonna have Jackson Peters, and we're gonna have Michael Minikis on the show in a little bit. So we'll see how they are kind of preparing or not preparing or just being ready for the possible start of the high school season. But it's just been bizarre. And if you ask me right now, I'm not totally optimistic. You did see the CIAC put out a basically they've been trying to do everything to keep their kids positive and thinking about possibly getting back to spring. I would love to see it. I really don't want to see us not have a spring season, because that just means like we got to do our new jobs at Hearst for a lot more longer than we have been.
All right.
Right. Pete's been doing the social media stuff. I've been working on the website producing, and I just want to get out to see some games, man. Tomorrow would have been the first day of spring season, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
we would have been doing previews, players to watch, going out to practices, getting out of the house, and it's been beautiful. That's honestly, I mean, this whole thing bothers me for obvious reasons. But what's the worst is I was driving to the supermarket the other day, and it was gorgeous out. It was so beautiful out.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I go, watch. It's not even gonna rain this spring. I mean, it rained on Sunday. Saturday was it rained Saturday. Sunday was kind of
a couple miserable days.
But I'm like, watch. We're gonna get no rain this spring.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna come back next year, and we're gonna have so many postponements. I just know it.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I'd take a bunch of rainy days right now instead of this. This is just brutal. This has been torture. So
well, at least when it's nice out, I go for a walk, get out of the house, walk around my complex.
I haven't left my house.
Breathe.
I haven't left my house other than one trip to the grocery store. Other people have gone to the grocery store. I haven't left for the most part. I haven't gone much further than maybe 20 feet outside my apartment doors. So it's getting a little stir crazy here for sure, and I'm really hoping we can have a little spring. But like we said last week, we just don't know how the schools go, and the way the governor has been talking, especially he went on WPLR this morning, and he said the worst is yet to come, basically, and that's not going to fill my heart with much optimism.
That is kind of terrifying.
Right.
It's kind of hard to look at that and be like, cool. Like it's scary. Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm just curious what if they say no spring, and what we're gonna do. Maybe hopefully we'll be open for business in the summertime. Maybe we'll see a little Legion or a softball start covering that stuff. Who knows?
Yeah.
before you know it, it'll be football season, and everyone's now also talking about the NCAA is talking about modifying the college football season, which is just mind-boggling to me.
Well, I think the difference with college football is that they start a lot earlier. I mean, they have games in August. Like, we have practices in August. They have full-fledged games, which means that they're practicing in July, probably even in June. So
right.
They might push it back a little bit. I think right now, I'd hope to say the fall season's safe, but who the hell knows?
Yeah, I know. Well, let's go straight over to our guests from Darien. They're anxiously waiting for us to get this thing started. We'll check in with them, and then we'll be back in a second and wrap this thing up. Joining us on the show is, of course, the triumvirate of Darien's boys lacrosse. The big seniors. You have Jackson Peters, All-American last year as a junior, Sam Wilson, and Michael Minikis, one of the Minikis clan out in the golf course. Mike, how you doing? How you guys doing? Jackson and Sam, what's up?
Doing well. Hanging out.
Everything.
Trying to pass the time.
Yeah, it's been I heard, Jackson, you said you were doing a lot of puzzles.
Yeah, Sammy and I have been working on some puzzles lately. Not much to do with our time right now.
You guys aren't video game guys?
I mean, we played a little bit of those, but it's getting kind of boring too.
How you guys holding up? How's it been? Kind of wondering where your season, what the heck might be going on with that, and how you've been doing to stay prepared for if they do eventually get us back to school, which I don't know at this point, but what do you guys think?
It's kind of tough just not knowing what the end result will be, but everyone's kind of just been staying in shape, and everyone's just hoping that we'll get at least part of our season back. So everyone's just been working out at home or going on runs, just keeping their stick in their hands, things like that.
Yeah, the first few days we tried to do some captain's practice. Because we didn't really think that this was gonna be that big of a deal, but that got shut down pretty quickly. So now everybody's just on their own, just trying to do their own thing. But yeah, it's tough when you don't really know what's gonna happen and when you're happy, ready, and all that stuff. But it's all right. Hopefully, it all ends up going well in the end.
Now, you guys don't play winter sports, correct? You guys don't play basketball or run track?
Yeah, none of us play winter sports. So we've just been preparing the whole season pretty much.
Yeah, I was going to say, because, you guys were in the Double-L football championship, and obviously heartbreaking loss there, not to bring it up, but, you guys always had that, well, we're going to have lacrosse, and now there's a chance that might be your last high school game ever. I mean, has that kind of thought now, that was your lasting, I guess sport memory, possibly will be your lasting sport memory at Darien if you guys don't have a lacrosse season?
I didn't really thought much about it like that, but I mean, that was a pretty surreal game to play in, and if that's the last game, then I'll be happy with it. But I've just been looking forward to lacrosse after that game ended. As soon as that game was over, the next couple of days we just got into lacrosse practices and clinics and stuff like that. So we've been working for it for a while, and it'd be a shame if we didn't get to let that pay off.
Yeah, I think everyone was just looking forward to it, especially just as kind of a way to just get back into winning ways, get back into winning championships, especially because with our schedule, we thought that if we did everything that we should have, if we won all of our games, that we could have been up there with the top teams in the country, maybe even not number one. So I think being number one, that would have probably been the only thing I would have been able to help with the pain of that loss. So hopefully we can still have some playoffs and hopefully a state championship. But yeah, I think that's really what would only thing that could help.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's been interesting, but you guys talked about, staying active at home other than running. I mean, are there you guys cradle? I'm from Long Island. I should know more about lacrosse.
What?
So are you guys working on stick handle moves or I played against St. Anthony's, but not lacrosse.
I mean, yeah, most people have a net at their house, so they can do some shooting and stuff, but people also can play wall ball and things like that. It's pretty limited to what they can do, but we're making the most of it.
For sure.
Yeah, just about the same, just like throwing around in the backyard. I got 3 brothers, so it's always someone that wants to toss the ball around. So
You're the oldest, Sam?
no, I'm the second youngest. My oldest brother went to boarding school, and then my other one just played golf. So but my younger brother is a freshman, and he plays football and lacrosse. So hopefully he will start coming up the ranks and help out Darien for the next couple of years.
Speaking of that, I remember you and I had a conversation. You also have like 1,000 pets, correct? So how are they? How are the dogs? I believe there are horses, correct?
Oh yeah, well, there's no horse at the house, but yeah, right now we got just our 2 dogs, a cat, and a bunny. So they're all doing well. Saw the articles that I think dogs can't get coronavirus, so that's a positive. I don't know about cats and bunnies, but they've been staying well. So we're just trying to keep them inside, or at least keep them on the premises, and just quarantine them a little, keep them well.
Was there a moment, because obviously they canceled the winter playoffs, and all the athletes are upset, rightfully so. They protest. A lot of kids from Darien there, the hockey team. What was the moment when you guys realized, like, hey, this is really serious, and it's not just the CIAC overreacting? Like, now we need to take this serious.
Well, we thought, like, as soon as we heard that the hockey team, that their championship got taken away, we kind of thought, it's like, oh, that's terrible for them, but we'll probably be out of school for 2 weeks, and then we'll come back and lacrosse will be fine. Like, maybe miss the first couple, like, days of practice, but it never really, like, hit us until, like, it got to, like, 2 weeks, and then we realized that it's like, all right, this is gonna last a lot longer than we thought.
You guys must be in touch with Coach a lot. Coach Brandmeier, what is his, how's he been keeping your guys focused on, staying ready, and what does he have you do? Does he have you do drills? How's that been working out?
So he's just, it's just mostly individual work, because he can't really encourage us being out, but just shooting, keeping your stick in your hand, like, staying in shape. It's tough though, because even he, like, no one really knows what's going to happen. So it's tough to keep focused and stay on top of everything when you don't know what's going to happen next, but he's doing a good job of it.
You guys are all committed to playing college, one sport or another, right? Jackson, you're playing lacrosse. Sam, you're playing football. Mike, you're playing lacrosse. Have you guys been in contact with your college coaches in terms of, like, preparation? I mean, Sam, obviously, football starts for colleges at the end of the summer. Have you heard from your college coach about, is there a plan in place, or is it kind of wait and see at this point?
Yeah, our coach actually just emailed us, like, my whole class, probably like 2 or 3 days ago. And yeah, he was kind of saying that, like, they don't really know much right now, but they're just trying to gain contact with everybody, and that yeah, it's like, you don't know how long is this gonna last. Hopefully it doesn't last into that season too. That would be terrible. But yeah, I think everybody's kind of on like a wait and see approach.
Yeah, for me, my coaches just reached out yesterday, and they're going to have a meeting with us later this week, I think, on Google Meet or something like that. But it's different because we don't know if our summer's going to get pushed back, because I was supposed to leave June 25th to go, and that's just not even for lacrosse, just for school itself. So that could get pushed back too, but it's just kind of up in the air right now.
That's right. Yeah, you're going to Army, correct?
Navy.
Oh, my apologies. My apologies. I don't want to offend. Yeah, I mean, that's got to be. There's so many things that are, like, going to be affected by this, obviously, outside of sports.
Yeah.
I mean, is this? I don't know. I'm like even getting stir crazy here. I've been sitting at this desk for like 3 weeks in a row. Sean and I are working in news now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like we lost Mike there. No big deal. So, I mean, how hopeful are you guys really about how hopeful are you guys? I mean, you look around, you see the news. I don't know what you guys have been kind of paying attention to, but how hopeful are you that spring sports season is going to come back and you're going to have a season? I know CIAC put out something out there to keep the faith, and there's a lot of that. But when you look at it, what do you guys think?
I mean, I think that we're hopeful that there's going to be a shortened season. We know that it obviously won't be full length as it was going to be before, but from what everyone's been saying, it looks like, well, there's a chance that we could go back sometime like early or late May. So if that's the case, then we'll get a little bit, but as long as school's in session, then we can play. So we're just hoping that we're able to go back.
Wow, kids want to go back to school.
Yeah.
I know.
Crazy.
I know. It's crazy.
Now, how has that been with taking classes? I'm currently in grad school, so I've been, doing Zoom classes and a lot of reading on my own, which was absolutely terrible. But I've talked to a couple of like teachers and admins who also teach, and they said it's been very interesting because you're hoping that the kids will take advantage and actually do the work, but you can't be sure that they will. How has that been? You guys take 8 classes, you have like all work for all 8 classes. Like how is that process?
I mean, we've got freeze and gym too, so it's not too intense. AP classes for like all the APs, it's all the learning's already been done. So there's not much to do right now in those because the test is going to be on material that we've already done before. So they're teaching us new stuff, but not really intensely because we don't need to know it for the AP test. But regular classes, they kind of just give you completion assignments every once in a while. And the online classes are pretty nice because you can just wake up like 1 minute before it starts and join it.
College is just like that, I swear. Probably not at Navy, but like at other colleges, you can wake up 5 minutes before, roll out in a hoodie, and go to class. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more laid back and probably a little easier too. So it's kind of nice change up, but still rather be back. So
yeah, are you guys doing like webcam, kind of like this, like Zoom?
Yeah, we do it on Zoom for every class.
Okay, so is it like nice to see like fellow faces that you have? Like I feel like whenever I do this with Sean, I'm like, oh, there's another human out there.
yeah, it's nice. It's nice just to change it up because if we didn't have school like during the day, then the days would just be really long because there wouldn't be much to do. So it at least gives us something to do during the day.
So are they spread out like, your 4th period, whatever time frame that's when you have like a webinar or a web class?
Yeah. Like 4 classes or like slotted out spots for each day. So like at the high school, there's like 8 time slots of classes that you could have. So that's split up to 4 and 4 every day, like the same 4. But like, so like freeze counting that too. So like one day I'll have like 2 classes and 2 frees, and then another day like 3 classes and 1 free, and like they're all just like mixed up during the day. So and then they're like 1 hour, so they are a little longer, but most of the time you're not like actually like on Zoom. Like you might be on Zoom for like 20 or 30 minutes and then doing like a worksheet for like 15 more. It's not too bad.
School's like it's from like 8:30 to 1:30. So
how much discipline? You got to have a lot of discipline to pay attention from home. I mean, it's got to be kind of tough.
Yeah, I mean, like the classes, it's not like it's as Sam said, it's like a 20-minute, 30-minute on Zoom, and then you do a worksheet for 10 to 15 minutes, and that's it.
Do you guys do it like based on the order of the classes you took during the day, or?
Yeah, all the classes are labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so there's a 2-day rotation pretty much. So it's like on Monday it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tuesday it's 5, 6, 7, 8, and then Wednesday 1, 2, 3, 4. Like it just rotates.
So yeah, let's get talking about lacrosse here for a minute, because I know like we're kind of still in limbo, but the season you guys hopefully are going to have. Tell me about your guys' team, and you guys are seniors. Last year was a young team, really it was. Yeah. And you guys you had some setbacks during the season, and you came all the way back and just absolutely ripped Wilton in the championship game, which was incredible. You lost in the FCX final. Wait, you didn't get to the FCX final, right? Right.
No, we didn't. Yeah, we got
upset. Short. So that must have been great. And how anxious were you guys with all the guys who were coming back? You lose a few key pieces. How excited are you guys about the season, and what kind of team you have if you play?
We were really optimistic about our season this year. I mean, just to start, like on attack, we have 2 Minikisses and Matthias. So there's a lot of like dynasty players in the Darien program right there. But we have a really strong defense this year. We've got more middies than we can handle
Yeah.
that can play. So our team was looking really good this year, and we were trying to make a run at nationally, like a high national rank. So it was unfortunate that we got cut short.
Yeah, I think last year, obviously with how like the season went, we kind of wanted to have like a little bit of a bounce back season, just because like at Darien, even though it's a state championship, like 5 losses, that's pretty unacceptable.
Yeah.
So we were really looking forward to, like Jackson was saying, like we just have a ton of guys just coming up that no one really knows about, but are like stud players. Like Jackson was saying, like Matthew Minikis, he's like a top 20 like recruit in his own grade. Like just a couple like absolute just like studs coming up of the young guys, and we were just ready to show them off and just have them help the senior.
Yeah.
But so hopefully they still can. But yeah, just a lot of depth. I think that would have been our strength. Depth at all.
Yep.
I don't know, P, if you know this, but Sam Wilson had one of the most insane goals in the state championship game. He came on late in the season, like you said. He took over for Bruce.
One-handed.
Oh my God, he made this. It was just everything was just working for them that day. But it got upstaged by that great half. What was it? Half field shot. Who was that again?
Sam Cragen.
Yeah, Cragen with the half court shot or whatever it was to end the half, which was incredible. But Sam had one of the most insane goals. I'll probably put it on over this. You can see it, but it was one of the best shots I saw all season. But I mean, Sam, that must have been great. Get coming on, and you're becoming a big part of the team there toward the end. They really needed you, and now you're like, you're anxious. Now it's like, you must be just chomping at the bit to get out there.
Yeah, no, definitely. That was crazy last year. It was it was the day before like our like first state playoff game. Or no, it was like the day of the game, like a couple hours before like our first round game. Bruce texted us and was like, I just like fell through like a glass like table and have to get like stitches and like I'm done for the year. And I was like, what? And I was playing defense all year. But I played midi all throughout like youth and freshman year.
Yeah.
But then I switched to defense sophomore year because I just didn't really like see a path to playing time at midi. Like my like stick skills were never really like my strong suit. As Jackson can attest to. So I was like, just gotta switch this up. So I played defense all sophomore year and then during junior year, and then Coach B just randomly switched me to D-midi in practice just to get some reps just randomly like late in the year, and it turned out well because I wouldn't have been there if he hadn't done that. So luckily, so when Bruce was hurt, luckily I was able to fill in. But yeah, so I was really excited going into this year. I would be playing defense. John Henry Soneski is actually coming back, and he was going to fill that D-mid role, allowing me to switch back to defense. So I was really excited about that. I think that we were going to have a really strong core. So hopefully we'd be able to do that. It's probably going to be, if the season does happen, it would probably be a mix of me, Cragen, Peter Graham, and this junior Sam Erickson, plays hockey. So
he's a pretty good hockey player.
Yeah. So it was going to be
he's good at lacrosse too.
Yeah, it was going to be a great group. So hopefully we can showcase that.
You guys, the favorites going in, right? You guys were good FCIAC favorites, right? As every year, but I mean this year especially though.
Yeah, I think so. I think I haven't looked at the rings, but I just know that every other school's graduated a lot of their top players, and we returned a lot of ours. So that should help us out.
So
who else is out there in the FCIAC? I mean, Wilton graduated all their start guys.
I know Ridgefield should be good this year. Ridgefield should be. They have a good team. I think Wilton will be solid as well. But
New Canaan's always got
New Canaan,
Griffiths and like Ong and Net, like Finnegan, all those guys.
Yeah.
So, obviously a game against them, that's always going to be close. So.
Now you guys go and play against St. Anthony's and Chaminade, correct?
Mm-hmm.
We were planning to, but our prediction is that if we get a season, we probably still won't be able to play out of state games.
But who's better when you guys play? Is it St. Anthony's better or Chaminade better?
We've never played Chaminade. Like in the recent years, since I've been here, we haven't played Chaminade. So.
I don't like St. Anthony's.
Well, last year they played St. Anthony's in the Classic down there. I went to that game.
Yeah.
And it was a great game. And you guys shut down there. Who was their top player? He was that Duke.
O'Neal.
Oh wait, no, he's not a Duke. He's a young.
O'Neal.
Yeah. O'Neal was great, and if he only had like one goal, but they did come back, and it was a tit for tat game. It was probably one of the best games I saw all year.
Yeah, that was a tough weekend for us. We lost both those games by less than 2 goals.
But so you were anxious to get down there again.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we were excited for that. Also, Manhasset too. We lost to them last year by a small margin, so.
But it looks like you guys would probably play like a modified FCX schedule, and that's about it, right? The way things go. Yeah.
Maybe, but we could always fill in our schedule with other teams like Taft or Salisbury, so we just have to wait and see.
Right, and you guys, your first game was supposed to be this Saturday, right? Against Yorktown.
I've kind of lost track, but it definitely could have been.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
I couldn't tell you what day or.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, in addition to your classes, do you have does Coach Bremeyer do does he do a little session with the team?
No, what's funny though is that as soon as we had a senior dinner at the Cragen's house with Coach B there, and we were at the dinner, and then towards the end of it, everyone's phone at the same time just started like blowing up, and I think Michael looked at his phone, and like that's when we found out that school got canceled. So.
Oh wow!
It was good. It was just kind of unfortunate because we were all sitting at the table and we all kind of knew exactly what was going on.
Whatever happens, you guys are going to look back on your senior years as like, what the heck was that? You know what I mean? It seemed all normal. And then between football and the crazy ending, and I know you guys lost that game, but you guys were kind of like the talk of the country as well as Newtown because you were a part of that, that must have been bizarre to sit through, and you're crushed about losing a championship game. But to see just like how the nation just kind of rallied around those guys, what was your take? What was your take on that?
It was pretty surreal. I mean, we even though we lost that game, like we were really happy for them because like that's just a win for their whole town, and especially on that anniversary of Sandy Hook, like that's just something that's just pretty amazing and spectacular. So we felt nothing but like happiness for them as well.
Sammy, I was telling people that when we were talking at the All-State pictures that you kind of felt like there was something else at work that day. I mean, you tell us a little bit about that. You think that was
Yeah, no, it's just crazy, just with how like the game was going. Like we thought that we were dominating. The clock was just starting to tick down late in the fourth quarter, and we were kind of just shutting them down. And then they had those 2 just crazy touchdowns. But yeah, on a day like that, everybody on our team, especially Coach T, pretty religious guy. And yeah, like we were just saying that, like it's tough to be a great football team and God. So
yeah,
we were.
What was Coach T?
Something.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it was just crazy game. But yeah, it was tough seeing it all on the news. Just that, like, it's tough seeing like your worst nightmares being like replayed over and over again. But after like a week or 2 of kind of just like reflecting and just kind of just like letting your emotions just die down, then you kind of look back and you're like, all right, like yes, it like sucks to lose obviously, but like it would have meant a lot to us, but it probably means a little more to them. So
right.
And I mean, you guys had a great obviously you guys lost on Thanksgiving, but you guys were able to just flip the switch, go right back to work, win a great game against Greenwich, where you guys absolutely dominated on defense, and you were able to right the ship. You know what I mean? So, I mean, as an outsider, there's still a lot to be proud of after that Thanksgiving game where you guys were able to turn it and then make another run. So it's crazy that we might not, have anything till football now. Like Sean and I were joking, like we're gonna. This is gonna be the most in-depth previews we have because we're gonna have 6 months to do them.
Yeah,
I want lacrosse season, man. I love lacrosse. I know Steve is a baseball guy, but I was really anxious to get out. I mean, I'm hoping. I'm still hoping. I don't know. We'll have to see. Just quick on Coach T. What was Coach T's message to you guys after that game?
Yeah, it was kind of just like, well, like there's nothing you can really do about that. It's just like we had a great year, as you guys were saying, like so many memories. We just came, like we were just so close as a team, and kind of in the end, that's really all that matters. It's not like we played bad in that game. Like we played well, did what we wanted to do. So in the end, sometimes it just bounces the other way. So
Yeah, and now you got to power through this. So hopefully,
Yeah.
we'll get
Yeah.
this in this season. So I mean, anyway, I guess I don't know. Pete, you got anything else for him?
No,
Who's the next Darien coach, by the way? I didn't even get to that.
Yeah, we're just as in the dark as you guys are. It's been pretty secretive from what we haven't really heard much at all about it. So
any favorite you guys want out there? I mean, maybe I don't know. Any guys you guys want, or
I mean, we don't even know who the candidates are other than the two coaches, are Coach Forget and Dante.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
we don't even know who else is applying.
Yeah, I think all we can really say is we love the coaches that are there right now and think that they would do a great job. But like I would hate to see like them all leave. But if they were to bring in like a coach from somewhere random, obviously we'd like accept them and all that stuff and take them into the community. But yeah, like, we love the coaches that are still there. So if they could get the opportunity, that's great. And if it goes to someone else, so be it too. So, but those guys are going to be fine next year. The juniors, as you guys saw, like Connor O'Malley, Jackson Walsh, Teddy Christensen, all those guys, like they got a lot of great players coming up. So no matter who it is, I think they'll still do great things.
Well, you guys had great seasons there. You were both all-state first team for us. Sam at linebacker,
right.
Jackson was a defensive back, and we're hoping beyond hope we get a lacrosse season. I mean, even if it's just a couple weeks, maybe we play right through. I don't know. Maybe we do like round robin, some sort of like massive tournament. I mean, any ideas out there? Let's say we start April. Let's say not April, but let's say we start May 1st. I think we can get a good season there at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're kind of just in the position where like we'll just take what we can get. Like we'd be happy with any amount of games, regardless of like how many there are like in a week. We would take anything at this point.
I saw that Massachusetts bumped their season back, but they also bumped like the end date back. So I think they're from May or something like super late. So I'd be fine if they wanted to push the end of our season back to us to allow something. But yeah, I think it would be pretty fun if we just got like a big like March Madness style tournament.
Get like 2 weeks. Get 2 weeks of warm-ups, and then just everybody gets in the States, and it's just chaos.
Just right into it. Yeah.
Could you guys possibly go into the summer? I mean, like really, like maybe into July? Is there a possibility? Or how would
Jackson can't? Jackson's got to go to Jackson's got to go to Annapolis.
Without me. Yeah.
Well, that's the same thing with a lot of baseball kids. You know, everyone's like push back the season. A lot of these kids are playing, summer baseball. Playing in the Cape or the NECBL or the FCBL, and even softball players have
tough to figure out. Yeah,
I'd love a summer lacrosse league.
What to do.
Ooh, summer lacrosse.
That'd be great. Summer lacrosse, like one that like a Legion, almost like an American Legion lacrosse league or something.
Oh man, it gets hot on that turf.
Yeah, it does.
It gets hot on that turf.
Yeah, it does.
All right, guys. Well, listen, we hope to see you out there. We're praying upon hope, and I mean, Darien Lacrosse looks like a good team this year. It'd be a shame to see it like, so we're gonna root for you guys to get back on the field and see you out there before we graduate. So. I appreciate you guys hopping on and tell Mike we're sorry we lost him. He looked like he was a little busy out there anyway. So, but listen, if we see you out there again, that'd be great. And if not, it's been a pleasure, guys, covering you guys. So,
I'll say this: two of the best memories of the football season was Jackson's game against Greenwich.
Oh yeah,
the 2 touchdowns to pick, and then Sam taking over the Greenwich game the second time around in like a minute. So those were 2 of the best things that I saw this year. And good luck in Middlebury, Annapolis. You guys are going to do great things. So
thank you.
It's been a lot of fun, but we'll see you guys in lacrosse though.
Yeah.
In May, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good one. So, Pete, that was the Darien boys lacrosse team. Sorry, Mike Minnick, guess we kind of lost you there. It's kind of high. It looks like it was a little tough to get on the golf course, but hey, what are you going to do? But we thank Sam Wilson. We also thank Jackson Peter coming on and giving us some of their thoughts. That's got to be excruciating. I mean, especially for those guys. I mean, those guys, they had a really good football season. It's just been a weird season for them. Just weird, unprecedented senior year for those guys.
Yeah, the good thing, not if there's one positive to take away for either of them, and I thought they were both great on here. There is tomorrow for them athletically.
Yeah.
Jackson is going to play at Navy, even though I incorrectly said Army.
Yeah.
And Sam's playing in college at Middlebury. So football. So like there is a tomorrow for them, which is awesome. I'm really happy for them. They're two great kids who we've gotten to know over the years. And I'm excited for them. But then, I'm thinking, then I start to think about the other kids whose like athletic careers end in high school.
Yeah.
And you kind of are like, okay, like what about them? But we could dive down that rabbit hole for the next 3 hours.
Yeah, I mean, my take on it is that it's gotta be just crushing for the seniors this year. This is their senior year. This was their moment. This is their time. They waited all their lives for this, and to have it. I mean, and it's for no fault of anybody's to have them rip it away like this. To have it just be ripped away by just an act of God. It's just got to be frustrating. But I think as time goes on, I think everyone's going to be fine in the long run. Maybe they're going to have to make some adjustments. But I think at the end of the day, you're going to look back on this and be like, yeah, we had to deal with that. And what a time that was. And so it's just crushing. And I've seen a lot of teams. I obviously mentioned the CIAC before. A lot of teams have been doing things to keep their kids, invested and hopeful. And I think that's a good message. But, there's nothing else you can do. You just kind of wait. You just kind of wait and see.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even know. We couldn't even give you a firm. I know they gave you a firm date at April 20th. But I mean, no. But this is unprecedented. I don't know how they mentally get themselves through that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's you got to worry about obviously sports and stuff, and that's something that keeps them looking forward. And the way that they were talking about how they have school every day from like 8:30 to 1, I think is awesome.
Yeah.
For them to keep them busy. But even Jackson was saying, I was like, "God, you guys play any video games?" He's like, "Yeah, but it got boring after a while."
Yeah.
Like
it's fun when you're not supposed to be playing. But
yeah, exactly. When it's like
you got.
Yeah, when it's all you got, you're kind of like, I don't want to play this game again, or I don't want to do this puzzle again. You have to find different things to keep yourself in, changing things up and just, trying to do something different. You do the same thing over and over again. It's just not fun.
Just before we wrap up, just a quick programming note. If any athletes out there want to send us something about how they've been holding up during this pandemic, during this lockdown, during the social distancing, please send it to either Pete or myself, maybe through Instagram on Game Time CT. Send us a video. Send us some sort of, how you doing? What have you been doing to pass the time? How you've been staying ready for if they start the spring season, and for going forward. I mean, any coaches or any players who want to come on and talk about this on this video podcast, QuarantineCast. We're also welcome to that as well. You can DM us on Instagram. You can send it to Pete Pagaga and myself on Game Time CT's Gmail. It's GameTimeCT@gmail.com, or you can send it to two of us. We'll have it on our website. So if you guys have anything to talk about, we're more than willing to have you on. There's not a lot else we can do. So the phone lines, as they say, are open. So we're looking forward to anybody who wants to talk to us reaching out. Pete, anything else?
Nothing. Stay safe out there, everybody. Everyone that I've spoken to on the phone, like I had to cancel like a dentist appointment. They're like, stay safe. Spoke to a coach today. He's like, stay safe. And I was like, yeah, you know what? So I'm passing that along. Everybody stay safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you're really, guys, make sure you're social distancing out there, please. Let's not, let's not jeopardize everything by just, not taking this seriously. I mean, obviously you read the news reports. It can get bad, and it can take young people as well as old people. It's not just someone and that's not just an elderly disease. People my age has succumbed to this, and it's really scary. And there's no way we're going to have a spring season if everybody's kind of out there just doing their own thing and congregating with other people, because this thing gets passed quickly. So we got to stay vigilant, stay safe, as you say, and that's the best we can hope for. And hopefully everyone's kind of following that advice. And if you're not helping anybody. So we appreciate you staying at home as much as possible. if you get out to a golf course, the golf course doesn't mean open as Mike was doing. That's great. But everybody just make sure you stay away from everybody else. So that's all I got for this pod. We'll probably come back again with another one pretty soon. Like I said, reach out to us, and hopefully we'll see you on the other side.
Catch you later.
All right.